This is our online Fayetteville Christian School orientation. On behalf of the school, I'd like to welcome you. This is Principal Eric Whitaker, and I'd like to lead you through the nuts and bolts of our school handbook to give you a good overview of our educational programs and our wonderful, wonderful school and students. Simply scroll through the PowerPoint. You can also click the image to hear key points about each slide throughout the presentation. You can always view our handbook online, of course, for greater details. We hope you enjoy. All of our students here at Fayetteville Christian School receive a solid Christian education. Our students experience Christian character from morning announcements all the way to dismissal at the end of the school day. Our terrific teachers model Christ from day to day, and our expectations and our procedures are all developed with a Christian perspective. You'll find Christian character posted on our walls, lived out by our caring and compassionate staff, and shared amongst our students. You see, the Bible, God's very thoughts, are found in all of our classes. Our standardized test scores prove that our students are outperforming most public school kids. So this validates that our kids are getting a solid academic foundation. Now, this type of private school education could easily cost $10,000, $20,000, or even $30,000 at other institutions. But we want FCS to be truly affordable. Since our teaching staff volunteer their time here as an offering and ministry to the Lord, we can truly offer a great school with a giant discount for you. Check out our fees online in the download section.
Hello, my name is Brad Jones, Superintendent of the Fayetteville Christian School. I've been with the school since 1982 in several different capacities, such as janitor, bus driver, teacher, coach, as well as administration. Our school was started in 1978 at the request of the members of the Mission Boulevard Baptist Church, who had become convinced of the need for their children to have a Christian education. Because most families could not afford the rates of the local Christian schools, we determined to work together in a volunteer manner to provide for a Christian school. All teachers and staff and parents gave their time to make an affordable Christian education for their children at the Mission Boulevard Baptist Church and others in the community. In the fall of 1978, the school began as the Mission Boulevard Baptist Church Youth Development Ministry for our kindergarten 4-year-old and 5-year-olds. The next year, in 1979, we added first and second grades. In the summer of 1981, the pastor was approached by many church members wanting to have a school all the way through 12th grade. And stepping out in faith, the Lord would provide teachers. We announced that we would go through with a high school. Qualified people and volunteers were secured to teach classes, and we offered kindergarten 3-year-old through 12th grades ever since 1981. Recognizing the need for accreditation for our 7th through 12th graders to have the benefits of scholarships, transfers to be accepted in other schools, etc., we achieved accreditation through the Arkansas Non-Public School Accrediting Association in 1994. We've gone through 2 other accreditation cycles, and then most recently in 2016, our entire K-5 through 12th grade was accredited by ANSA. Because God continues to call people to give of their time and lives in an offering to Himself, the Fayetteville Christian School continues to provide affordable Christian education for people in Northwest Arkansas.
Here at Fayetteville Christian School, we have 4 guiding principles, or really main ideas, that drive us to accomplish our mission. First of all, we believe that education should be God-centered. Since God is the Lord of all aspects of life, really we believe that all subjects should be viewed from His perspective and evaluated according to His Word. You see, His truth is integrated throughout our entire curriculum. Second, we believe that education should focus on character development. You see, character training can be accomplished in many ways, but we do it by keeping clear standards in front of our students. Also, by showing them good Christian examples. and also by focusing on the attitudes and behaviors that God really enjoys. Third, we believe that education should prepare a student for their adult life. Now, whether a student will be going to college or simply going into the workforce, everyone needs a solid academic orientation of reading and of writing and of math skills, a good functional knowledge of history, and a good scientific understanding of God's creation. All these things will also help them in learning the practical skills of life so that they're best prepared to move into adulthood. Fourth, we believe that education should be compassionately authoritarian. You see, our teachers lovingly, firmly, and wisely guide our students through the educational process. Here at Fayetteville Christian School, we really believe that we're a team composed of our parents, of our students, of our school personnel, and of our church. The school works very closely with our parents to educate the children. And finally, our ultimate goal is that every single student knows Christ as Lord and Savior. Also, we want them to develop Christian character. And finally, we want them to be able to promote the biblical worldview in their own life. The FCS curriculum combines sound academic standards and educational principles with biblical truth. Now, at this time, FCS is not able to offer special education, advanced placement, and gifted and talented programs. But as I mentioned earlier, our students' performances on standardized tests confirms and validates that our kids get a top-notch education. In K3, one of our preschool programs, we use the Abeka curriculum. In K4 through 6th grades, we use the Bob Jones Press curriculum. Now, both of these are solid academic curriculums that address several learning styles while also incorporating the biblical worldview. Our junior and senior high classes use a combination of those two curriculums. We also have some classes that we've created on our own, while also offering high school electives online. Now, recently, our incredible standardized test scores, our diverse student population, and our parents' feedback helped us to earn the ranking of 4th best private school in the state of Arkansas according to the niche rankings. Finally, FCS is also partnering with Northwest Arkansas Community College to provide college credits to qualifying students. So these high school students can earn college credits right here from the convenience of our very own computer lab. So the Fayetteville Christian School curriculum is certainly biblically centered, but in addition, we are now partnering with Northwest Arkansas Community College to offer our students college credit. As technology advances and our culture changes, we want to make sure that our students are receiving a beneficial training with technology. Now, our heart here at FCS is to bring technology into the everyday experiences of our students, while also protecting them from the evils that can sometimes accompany technology and the internet. FCS utilizes filters, and we have a closed Wi-Fi system to protect our students from such evils. You can also find our acceptable use policy online in our school handbook. Our elementary teachers incorporate technology into the lessons, and they do this in several ways. Many of them do it directly in the classroom. They can simply bring in our mobile laptop station that contains a classroom set of laptops, or they can take their class to our computer lab to do some research or to do some academic gaming. Now, many of our junior and senior high teachers also utilize online resources as well. They can also use our smart televisions located in each and every junior and senior high classroom. When choosing electives, our high school students may select from many online elective options offered through our computer lab. And finally, we've partnered with Northwest Arkansas Community College to offer college credit classes from the convenience of our very own campus. Now, these classes are for qualifying students and do cost an additional fee. But NWAC offers these courses to our students at a 60% discount from their regular tuition. So that passes the savings on to you. Here at FCS, we use technology. And we do it to enrich the lives of our students and to also prepare them for their future.
Hello, my name is Debbie Nesbitt, and I am the Admissions Director for Fayetteville Christian School. I would like to invite you to visit our online application by going to FayettevilleChristianschool.com, clicking the admissions button, and this will direct you to the online application. I also enjoy very much visiting with our families by phone or having you drop by in person. It is very important to me that all of your questions are answered and that you have a real clear view of what our ministry is all about. At the same time, I want to be able to get to know your child. I would ask that you would submit 3 years of academic records. These records would include report cards, standardized testing, and any other information that would help me to know who your child is and how they learn academically. Sometimes it is necessary to administer a placement test. This testing is focused on reading, comprehension, math, and language. This gives me the opportunity to take a look at their strengths and also to have a peek at their weaknesses to see how we can best meet their needs. After the records are submitted and the placement testing is evaluated, a meeting is then scheduled with the family and our administrators. This is an informal meeting where you get to know us and we get to know you, and again, making sure that all of your questions are answered and that you are satisfied with the decision you are making for your child. After the meeting with the administrators, the admissions committee will meet and we will decide if we are able to offer enrollment. Once enrollment is offered, then you will have the opportunity to visit with our treasurer and to finalize the financial aspect of your application. At that point, welcome to Fayetteville Christian School, and we hope that your experience with us is very pleasurable.
We always strive to provide a safe and loving environment for your children. Parents, you may drop off your children anytime after 7:30 in the morning. Classes always begin promptly at 8 a.m. We are what you call a closed campus. That simply means that students may not leave the school property until we've received prior permission. Now, seniors have the privilege to leave campus during their lunch period. In order for this to happen, parents must sign an authorization form, and the students must also follow the senior lunch rules. Now, this includes checking out through our office, writing down their destination, and then finally checking back into the office once they return to campus. Now, violations of any senior lunch rule may result in them losing this privilege. Now, school dismisses around here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That is, unless it's the first Friday of each month. You see, at Fayetteville Christian School, every first Friday of each month, we dismiss school at 1:30. We do this so that our teachers can enjoy some wonderful professional development. We do always ask that our students be picked up within 30 minutes of being dismissed from school. And finally, I'd like to let you know that FCS does offer a paid after-school program for our 1st through 6th grade students. This operates each and every day until 5:30 in the evening. Now, there is a small fee associated with the service if you choose to use it. We would love for our students to be at school each and every day. This ensures that they're learning and growing. Now, with that goal in mind, we have guidelines in place to ensure that absences and tardies are handled in a way that best helps our students. Let's start with absences. For each day absent, a student is given 1 day to make up the work that they've missed. Now, students are responsible for making up all their work and all their assignments. If you're planning an absence, please make arrangements to get your child's work from the teachers. We do ask that you give the teachers a week's notice to help them best prepare. Now always send a note with your child after an absence so that we can record it as excused or unexcused in our records. Now you can find the details and guidelines for this in our school handbook located online. Students with more than 10 total absences in one semester is considered excessive. Now, that students with excessive absences may be required to come before our school board, and they may be even reported to the Washington County Prosecuting Attorney. Now, this is in accordance with the Arkansas Compulsory Attendance Law. Next, let's move on to tardies. For kindergarten through 6th grade students, more than 10 total tardies in one semester is considered excessive. Now, for our junior high and senior high students, we record tardies in each and every class, so more than 12 total unexcused tardies in one 9 weeks quarter is considered excessive. Once a junior high or senior high student has received 12 unexcused tardies, a discipline will be assigned. Now, if a child needs to be checked out early from school, simply notify our office. We will call the student out of the class once you have arrived to our office, and this assures that they are indeed in class as long as possible. And remember, our goal is that each and every student be in class learning and growing each and every day. At FCS, we love to keep the lines of communication open. Now, we use technology in many ways to keep you well informed. You can find all of our teacher email addresses posted online. Also, you can keep up with us on our website. You can check out our school calendar online. You can keep up with us on Facebook. Or finally, you can download or get our texting tool. In fact, the next few slides instruct you on how to do that. It's incredibly simple, and most of our parents really love the texting tool as a way to keep up with all the events going on right here at FCS. If you're the parent of a junior or senior high student in grades 7 through 12, you'll definitely want to receive our latest news and reminders via text. You can do this simply by texting the message at 1617 Junior Senior to 81010. You can also find these instructions right here on the screen. This will add your phone number to our mass texting program to keep you well informed and up to date. Also, if you're the parent of an elementary student in grades kindergarten through 6th grade, you'll definitely want to receive our latest news and reminders via text as well. Simply text the message at 1617 LM, as in elementary, to 81010. You can also find these instructions right here on the screen for your convenience. This will add your phone number to our mass texting program to keep you well informed and up to date of all the activities and events going on right here at FCS. FCS wants to keep you updated and informed of everything going on our campus. Please make sure you check out our master calendar on our website. You can even link up your digital calendar to ours. You can also keep up with us on Facebook. Now then, here's our daily schedule. Preschool is available every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. That begins at 8:15 in the morning and ends at 11:30. On the other hand, kindergarten through 12th grades are available every Monday through Friday. And of course, school begins at 8 a.m. and we dismiss at 3. In regards to emergency closings, Fayetteville Christian School announces those via our texting program and also on local television stations and through Facebook. Now, since we are a small school, extracurricular activities and even other situations may sometimes cause the administration to cancel classes. If such unplanned closings or early dismissals occur, we will make sure to announce it via our texting program. Also, on the first Friday of each month, students are dismissed at 1:30 p.m. to accommodate a teacher training. Now, you can always call or text our school office as well with any questions that you may have. Here at FCS, we want to make sure that you know how your children are doing in their classes. Now, this keeps you well informed, but it also holds the students accountable. You see, our students need to be filling out their agenda planner on a daily basis in their classes. We ask that you as a parent please review those agendas each evening to assure that the kids are being responsible and completing their work. Any junior or senior high student who doesn't complete an assignment will fill out a homework citation. They fill this out with their teacher, and then I review these citations, and I will notify you, the parent, when the work has not been completed. So this keeps you informed, but it also holds the kids accountable. Student progress reports will be sent home at the midpoint of each quarter. What we do is send home the report with the student, but we notify you via a text. Now, in addition, report cards are mailed out after each quarter. Now then, like I said, we want to keep you well informed of how your students are doing. Now then, our teachers also are more than willing to discuss how your children are doing in their classes. Don't ever hesitate in contacting them, please. You will find their contact information and their email addresses posted online on our website. If you look under the download section, you will find the email listed for each and every one of our teachers. So please don't ever hesitate in contacting them. God's Word says to let all things be done decently and in order. Here at FCS, we take that to heart in the expectations we have for ourselves and for our students. We like to practice something we call the 3 R's. And when we do that, we're living decently and in order to represent Christ well. So what are the 3 R's? First of all, we respect ourselves. Second, we respect our staff and we respect our school rules. And third, we respect others. So what does this look like on a day-to-day basis? Let's take respecting ourselves, for example. We expect that everyone comes fulfilling their daily responsibilities, that everyone comes prepared and ready for learning, that we're truthful and we're honest with each other, and that we faithfully attend and we faithfully participate in our classes. So what does it look like to respect our staff members and to respect our school rules? We expect that the handbook is followed. We expect all the rules to be followed by our staff and our students. Also, we expect that our students address each other with respect. We expect our students to address our staff members with a title of respect. We also want to make sure that we're paying close attention to our studies and to our assignments, and speaking at appropriate times. And then last, respecting others. What would that look like on a day-to-day basis at FCS? We expect that everyone values the rights and belonging of others. We expect that people avoid gossip and harmful words or actions, and that we avoid bad language. But when we practice the 3 R's here at FCS, we're actually representing the Lord Jesus Christ. And we want our adult staff members to model that to our students so that our students can also do that from day to day, and that will best prepare them for life and how to represent Jesus Christ, not just today, not just tomorrow, but for the rest of our students' lives. In all honesty, we don't have to give out negative consequences on a continual basis around here. And really, I believe that's because we have stellar students. And of course, we want to strive to keep it that way. So that brings up a topic that we must discuss, simply the discipline consequences for negative behavior here at FCS. So what I'll do is I'll cover some of the most common consequences. In all honesty, all the consequences you see listed, most of them we don't have to even address throughout a school year. But what I'll do is cover the most common so that you're aware of those. First of all, we have behavior citations. Our junior and senior high students, if they are to make a poor choice, what we'll do is we'll have a citation that's filled out by the student and the teacher. What will happen is the student will initial it, the teacher will initial it, and that will be turned into the office to be recorded. Now, then the student will bring that copy home to you. What you need to do then is make sure you read through it, understand it. Of course, if you have any questions, you can contact that teacher or contact our office. But just make sure and be aware of the situation, and then simply just sign it and return it. That will help the student and ensure that the student communicates clearly with you what the negative choice was and the negative consequence as well. Now, we do have lunch detention as well. This is assigned to just our junior high and senior high students, and that's, of course, at the teachers' and administrators' discretion. Now, then that is offered if we see a repetitive action or we see accumulation of citations, we may assign a lunch detention. Now, if a student is assigned a lunch detention, what will happen is they take their signed copy of their citation to the lunchroom. They'll get their lunch. They'll eat that lunch very quickly for about 10 minutes, and then what they'll do is they'll report to lunch detention with me or one of the other teachers, and they have to sit quietly and away from their friends during that time. But like I said, we don't have to have that consequence very often. Now, for the other ones, what I would recommend is you see our handbook if those ever pop up, or if you ever need to hear about those discipline consequences. In all honesty, we very seldom have to use those. I will address corporal punishment just briefly. In all honesty, it's very rarely used, and if it ever is used here at Fayetteville Christian, it's only in extreme occasions or for continual repetitive misbehavior. Corporal punishment is only administered by an administrator. Excuse me. And we always seek to notify the parents in any of those situations. And what we do is each family must sign a discipline agreement form. And by signing that, you can agree to the standard agreement, which authorizes school authority or the administration to use corporal punishment, if needed, of course. And then there's also the alternative request. That's another option. If you choose that option, that requires you as the parent to arrive to the school and you discipline your child or your student according to whatever the negative choice was that led them to that. Now, like I said, corporal punishment is the absolute last resort, and we rarely ever even need it here at Fayetteville Christian. We really want to see the children grow to be successful and make good choices. So we try to focus more on rewarding kids and praising kids for excellent and good behavior. But like I said, unfortunately, we do have to address this from time to time, and so I want you to be aware of the negative consequences for negative choices here at FCS. The FCS dress code is based upon the parents' and the school's desires to help our students reflect Christian character, and to help our students simply look nice and neat and modest. And then finally, to promote school unity on campus. You can find our general guidelines right here on this slide. Our preschool dress code is pretty relaxed, while our kindergarten through 12th grade dress code is more of a school uniform style. Now you can find all the specifics of our entire dress code online in the documents section. Simply look there and you can find the most current dress code policies right there on that download section. And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate in contacting the administration. We'd love to help you if you have any questions on dress code. FCS understands the importance of you, the parent. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're really all on the same team training our children. We all have the same goals for our children, and that is to develop them in Christian character, and also to establish a sound academic foundation for their future. Now, this can only be accomplished when there's a mutual respect, communication, and cooperation between the parents, the teachers, and administration. So I'd like to encourage you to do a few things. First of all, remember to review your child's agenda planner each and every night. Also, talk with your children. Ask them questions about what they're learning in our classes. Ask them questions about their friends and their assignments. Also, please keep up with us on our various forms of communications. So make sure you're reading our teacher's notes, going through weekly folders, looking through progress reports, checking emails, and keeping up with our texting program. Now, you can also always access our school calendar from our website, or you can keep up with us on Facebook. Another great way to keep in touch with FCS is by volunteering right here on campus. So ask your child's teacher or Mrs. Debbie about any volunteerism if you're interested. You can find all of our teachers' email addresses online, and feel free to contact them anytime as needed. A few other tidbits of information I'd like to share: policies located within our handbook. One is that FCS always defers to the custodial parent when communicating home. Another one is we have what we call a problem-solving procedure. And around here, we like to refrain from discord. So if you ever have a grievance or you need to voice a concern, please follow the problem-solving procedure located within our handbook. We look forward to a wonderful year serving you and your family. And if at any time you have any questions, don't hesitate in contacting me. I'm sure all of our wonderful students are very excited about starting the brand new school year. I can assure you that we are also thrilled to be seeing all of our students once again. Now then, our elementary students, once you arrive on campus on day one, you'll simply go to your classes. At that time, you'll get to meet your teachers, and they'll explain all the rules and procedures of the day, and they will take very, very good care of you. Also, our junior high and senior high students, what they'll need to do on day one is simply go to the sanctuary. We'll meet in the sanctuary at 8 a.m., and at that time they'll receive their schedules. Then they'll simply go and report to class from there. We'll also be doing orientations on the first 2 days of classes for our junior senior high students during their Bible class. So we'll make sure and explain any new policies and procedures very thoroughly for them, so that we're off to a wonderful new start for a brand new school year. We hope you've had a wonderful summer, and we look so forward to seeing you back on the campus at Fayetteville Christian School.